they recommended you approve it with no condition.
And did they talk about a time period for the permit?
No.
We used to, a few years ago, I remember, try to limit these home-based businesses to a year or less, or at least have a review after a year. Is that still the process, Kathy?
We haven't done that. You know, like after the flood, there were a lot of people that had home-based businesses that, in order for them to get their flood recovery loan money, they had to get the permit in place and get it right. And we didn't put any restrictions of time or anything. It's kind of like you would leave it up to, if there's issues, you know, the neighbors would bring up issues, or if the city has issues, or if we have complaints, or if it turns out they have a ton of traffic there all the time or something, then it would be liable to be brought up for review then. But we've not.
But then they already have the permit, and how do we deal with that? Then it's like, okay, if you're really, really good, you know, in your home-based business, things are all hunky-dory, but if you're a bad one, boy, we're gonna come down on you.
Well, they would review it.
That just doesn't seem like.
If there were complaints, we would.
There's no
have
review
a reason
built in
to
here,
review.
right?
No.
I'm just trying to understand the process that we would have in place, and hopefully this would be a going concern, and is going to necessitate you moving to a building or.
Yeah, that's
I'm
kind of.
assuming that would be 3 to 5 years away.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what the plan
that's
is anyways. If
the
it goes
goal.
in a year, that would be amazing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and that would be, you know, that would be the best of both worlds for everybody, really, because the city wants to encourage storefront businesses, of course.
Yeah, that would be
It
the goal.
just generates traffic for everybody, but.
And the back part of this form, they will sign this if you approve it, and that says that they're gonna comply with the conditions. Well, there's no specific conditions, but all these points that they filled in say that there are no problems with the traffic, no problems with drainage, no problems with things, and if problems occurred, then they wouldn't be in compliance anymore. So, and by signing this, they say they're going to stay in compliance, so if they don't stay in compliance, then we have cause to have another hearing or another meeting. But we, you know, the zoning board doesn't meet on a regular basis to review, you know, like if you said, if this is good for a year and then come back in a year and we'll look at it again, we'd have to hold another hearing, we'd have to, you know, send out notices, we'd have to go through the whole process again. And we haven't generally done that on any of the other home-based businesses.
But if there was an annual review or some review made part of this, you wouldn't necessarily have to notice everybody again. It would just be a standard review, that it isn't going to get just filed and forgotten.
As long as they're doing their business as they said they were going to be doing it,
And
they
that's,
can be forgotten.
Well,
but
not really, because it's a conditional use permit.
But if you don't put any conditions on it, my understanding is it gives them that right to operate there indefinitely.
Right.
And the onus would be on the city to prove, perhaps even in court, that the conditions are being, or other things are being violated. If there are no conditions, you can't prove that conditions are being violated. So what one person would say is a nuisance, there's too many cars coming at all hours. That would be very difficult to uphold in court, to lift the CUP and take this away from them. And I hate to bring you guys up as an example.
Yeah,
This
is
is
unfortunate because we're probably talking about our internal process.
Pardon us for bringing you into our broader discussion.
Yeah.
I would caution the council against issuing a conditional use permit without any conditions. I mean, what's the point? There should be something. Maybe 2-year review. You know, in case there's other conditions there's other issues that can be brought up in the meantime. I would imagine if we told you, hey, your delivery truck coming at 6 in the morning's a problem, and you ask them to get here, no earlier than 8, you guys would work with us, that's not a problem. It's if there was a bigger problem, like Councilmember said, your business is going crazy, you got people parking there all the time, that would be something, again, it's a good thing for you to have, would be a little more stress on the neighbors. So how can we deconflict that? And that's why, at some point, there should be a review of all conditional uses, same with variances. Couple years,
Yeah.
maybe
that's, I
1
guess,
year
my
is
point.
too, maybe it might be a little too quick. But 2 years, I would be concerned about parking. That would be my concern, generally. The neighborhood is separated enough where I don't think that it would be a problem. But if you had 3 or 4 cars parked there, people that were coming in there, then it would be a problem, I think, for some of your neighbors.
And we won't be doing any retail, though.
Right.
We won't have any retail like most of the businesses do, or it would be basically by calling us and saying, hey, I want to drop off a product. We would be scheduling that time. So it wouldn't be a business where people could just come in and go when they want.
Right.
And then we'd be calling when their product is ready. A lot of it would be shipped in. Closest places that do it are Arcadia and Rochester. And Arcadia is a very mass-produced system. They do mass quantities. They will do smaller things, but he wants to do mass. Rochester, it's 2 brothers, I believe, run out of a home also. And they're basically the same thing. You mail everything to them. They don't even take drop-offs, I don't think. Theirs is all mail only, so I guess we'd be trying to work more with the local people to drop off their guns, their taxidermy things. We've already set up kind of a little bit with Conadies, trying to work with them and help them out with their business and have them help us with, with ours. We have some people out of the cities that want us to do some things. That would be a shipping thing too. So I guess the only thing would probably be was delivery trucks. That maybe, if that were to be an
things
issue.
got crazy, I mean, we both work and all, we'd be able to like cater to our customers a little easier too by taking things to them.
Right.
If the whole traffic thing got.
I just think